Hello guys, here is Mateus, the founder of Speak Now English Academy. Today we will learn 5 tips, 5 techniques to make the system that you use to take notes more efficient. Let's get started. Create questions, guys, when you are taking note. It is one of the most effective ways for you to identify what you are in doubt about that topic, and also prioritize the most important from the parts of the argument that perhaps they compose the argument, but they are not necessarily the most fundamental and the most important parts. As a consequence, create questions when you are taking notes, and based on the questions, guide your note-taking. Tip number 2 is paraphrase. Now that you have created a question and then you are more critically identifying what you need to pay attention to, you use the explanation regardless if you are watching a lecture, if you are watching a tutorial on YouTube like this, if you are reading a book or a blog post. Use your own words to take notes. Tip number 3 is make your study dynamic, make your note-takings dynamic. And then you can ask, but how can I make it dynamic? You can use, guys, abbreviations, you can use mind maps, you can use symbols, you can use drawings, you can dispose content on a page and then connect this content with the other content that is below that information. You can write a word and then break it down into smaller units that compose that big topic. So make your studies, make your note-taking more dynamic, using images, mind maps, something that visually is attractive, visually it is dynamic. You can use highlights, you can use different colors to make that more dynamic. Tip number 4, write the most important information, is connected with the tip number 1. However, I wanted to separate this exclusively to salient the importance of identify what is the most important on that subject and write down, take notes using your own words in a dynamic system, but identifying the principal parts that compose that argument. Lastly, tip number 5 is review your notes from times to times and discuss what you have learned with other people, with your colleagues, with your friends, with your partner. Discuss that and try to make sense of what you are studying. But one suggestion is if you have no one to discuss with in that moment and you need to make sense of that idea and you are having some difficulties, record your voice. Record your voice or record a video of you explaining that subject. By explaining that, you identify where are the gaps in your knowledge, and then consequently you can review that. This way you do not waste your time studying things that you are familiar with, and you focus in what you need to crystallize. It is in the moment that you try to explain that you identify if you have learned or not, what you have learned and what you need to reinforce. So that's it, guys. These are the 5 tips for taking notes more effectively. I hope it was useful. If you like it, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Take care, see you soon, expand your horizons.